Sunday morning here at 123 Broadway in Taunton, Massachusetts. It is right now in Taunton 10 degrees outside, and in Middleboro it is 11 degrees outside. So it is very, very cold this morning. So we have a lot to talk about this morning. Today is Taunton's parade, Taunton's Christmas parade, which will start at noontime today and go until about 2 or 3. So there will be some traffic changes in Taunton. Broadway, right in front of the station, will be closed until the parade is over. And the Green will be closed, I believe, as well. So we have that to talk about. We also have the Festival of Lights to talk about as well. That's coming up today as well on the 8th. Today is the 8th, and we're going to have a couple of dates where the Festival of Lights is going to happen, and we will tell you about that today as well. We're also going to talk about the Principality of Sealand. I mentioned this last week. Principality of Sealand is a pretty interesting topic, and we're going to talk about it today. My co-host Dawn should be here in a few minutes, so we will wait to talk about Sealand until he gets here. We'll also talk about the Super Bowls, the Massachusetts Super Bowls. We've had quite a few that have happened, and we're going to talk about them, and we're going to tell you some scores as well here during the show. So we have a lot to talk about, but first thing we want to talk about was we're going to start talking about the Super Bowls. There's been several yesterday and Friday. I'm not sure about today. I don't know if there's going to be any today, but there's been several already. Like in Division 1, St. John's Prep defeated Catholic Memorial 21-14. So that has been a good matchup. 21-14. Seems like it was a close matchup between the two. And the Eagles of St. John's Prep repeat as champions. Division 3, Springfield Central versus Duxbury. Springfield Central defeated Duxbury in a 38-13 win. Division 4, Melrose defeated Plymouth South 28-13. Plymouth South, pretty close, couple of minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes from Middleboro. Very good team this year, and they were unable to win the Division 4 state championship. Melrose won 28-13. Division 5, Swampscott versus Amherst. Swampscott won 21-0. Division 6, Ashland beat Bishop Fenwick 28-22 in another close game. And in Division 7, Abington and Lancaster. Abington defeated Lancaster 21-7. So those were the Super Bowls that the Super Bowl scores that happened this year. And of course, those all took place at Gillette Stadium. So again, another fun year of Middleboro of Massachusetts football, I should say. Middleboro, last time they were in the Super Bowl was 2017. I went to that. It was a fun event. Just being at Gillette Stadium to watch the Middleboro Satrams was a very fun experience. So we switch to the Festival of Lights. The Festival of Lights is tonight. Starts off tonight at about 5 o'clock and goes on for several days as well. There's a couple of more dates that we will give to you in the next few minutes after we get back from a break. That we're going to take in about 2 minutes from now. So Festival of Lights is today. It starts today with a couple of more dates coming up during the next 2 weeks. So before we take a break here on Middleboro in Review, on December the 8th, today is the December the 8th edition of Middleboro in Review, we are going to talk about Williams Trading Post. They're open for December, where you can get all of your Christmas antiques and plants, any Christmas trees, wreaths, and other Christmas plants that you may need. Their number is 508-947-1598. They're located at 556 Wareham Street in Middleboro, Massachusetts. So we're going to take a short break, and we will be right back here on Middleboro in Review on this very, very cold December morning. Hi. Were you listening?
Yeah, sounds good.
Good, thank you.
A little shaky. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
TJ Driscoll Construction is based in Wareham,
shaky,
Massachusetts, serving the South Shore area.
Feel that good.
For 30 years. They specialize in septic.
I'll talk to you after the show.
landscaping.
What time do you get it?
6:55.
Oh, wow. Made it.
I'll talk to you after the show.
7966.
But yeah, I'm not feeling good.
New septic systems.
I'm not feeling good. I'll talk to you after the show.
Foundations and excavation.
Well, have some OJ. I'll make you feel better.
Tree and shrub installations. TJ
Blue
Driscoll
mic.
Construction. Again,
Blue mic.
number
Oh,
is
wow. This is
Blue
all,
mic.
735-7966.
I know, it's a mess.
Today.
No, you gotta go the other way. Go the other way with it. Go the other way with it. Okay, 4, 5, 9, enter.
Times change, and now you can hear Hometown Talk Radio with me, Tony Lopes,
You didn't
every
play
Monday
the,
through
Star
Friday,
Spangled Banner.
starting at 8:30 a.m.
You didn't play the Star Spangled Banner.
More issues, more guests, more questions. Join us every
I'll-
day.
I won't-
Monday through
I won't
Friday,
forget next
starting
week.
at 8:30 a.m. for
I'll be
Hometown
here
Talk
next week,
Radio, only on AM 1530 WVBF.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a
That's
direct
more Jacob.
repair
Really
shop
up.
for all major insurance.
That'll make you feel better.
You can reach them at 508-583-1495.
I can open this stupid bag.
Help me, yeah.
They're
I got it.
Monday through
I'll do it. You know
Thursday,
equipment. I'll do it.
Yeah.
and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly
I went down
all
fast,
50
didn't
states
I?
and moving abroad.
5 o'clock.
Many members continue to serve in our armed forces,
Then they
with
got to
several
make it home.
serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
You want some pancakes?
Yeah, why not?
DK Driscoll
The Principality of Sealand has their own website.
Any cleanup
Oh, yeah?
you need to do around your house done
Yeah,
anytime
have
of
their
the
own
day. You
website.
can call them
That's
at
funny.
508-725-2334. They remove construction debris, metals, railroad ties, tires, appliances,
They do.
paints, and much
That's
more.
funny.
Like concrete, brick, asphalt, yard removal,
Play Spark Street.
brush,
I did.
logs, and leaves.
I definitely did.
Also basements, attics,
TJ?
garages, houses, and
Just
property
playing you.
in general. Again,
And then,
the number is
Tony?
508-725-2334. Call them
I
today.
did, Tony.
You will not
Jim.
be disappointed
Oh, yep.
in DK
Yep.
Driscoll
Yep,
Removal
yep, yep.
Services.
A lot of commercials I have now.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin.
Good.
Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WVBF, The Sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WVBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
Your blue mic. Right, blue mic? Blue mic, okay. Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to Middleboro in Review with Joey Driscoll and Dawn. Good morning, Dawn.
What are those great call letters for?
We're here at WVBF, 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. We're also on TuneIn as well. So we can be heard many different ways. We can also be heard on Facebook.
We can be heard in Sealand.
Yeah,
Do you think,
Sealand.
Do you
Yep.
think the president of what's the name of it? The Principality of Sealand?
The Principality of Sealand.
Do you think
yes.
he's listening to Middleborough Review right now? Because he heard a little. We're going to talk about his country.
You never know. You never know who could be listening.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking
It's
about...
funny. I was talking to somebody who was listening to your show last week. So I was surprised. No, I'm not surprised, but I mean, I'm sure more people listen than we would ever expect. Just because we don't get the calls, people aren't calling. This isn't really a call-in show, I don't think. We got a few calls before, but... So tell me about that country you're talking about?
So
Is it a country? Is it really a country? I don't think it's a country, is it?
it's a principality.
Okay.
So before we do that, I just want to mention you can listen to us on Facebook. And the way to do that is on Facebook, search Middleboro in Review on WVBF 1530 by Joey Driscoll, and it should pop up. You can find almost every show that I've done and other posts as well about upcoming events in Middleboro and surrounding communities. So, now we can turn our attention to the Principality of Sealand. I have up their website. They have a website, which I'm surprised that they do.
Anybody has a website, Joey.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a website. You're not a country.
Yeah. Yep. So, on the website, it says this about the Principality of Sealand. Located in international waters on the military fortress of Ruff's Tower, Sealand is the smallest country in the world. The country's national motto is E Mare. I don't know how to say that last one. But it translates from the sea, freedom. Reflecting its enduring struggle for liberty through the years, Sealand has been an independent sovereign state since 1967. The Bates family governs the small state as royal rulers, each member with his or her own royal title. Sealand upholds its own constitution, composed of 7 articles. Upon the Declaration of Independence, the founding Bates family raised the Sealand flag, pledging freedom and justice to all that lived under it. Following this, Sealand issued passports to its nationals, minted official currency, and commissioned its own stamps.
What's the population of Sealand?
Population of Sealand, that's, I can look that up.
7?
Probably.
How can
Right around 7.
you have your own currency? What do you guys spend at Sealand? Hey, Mom, can I borrow 10? Yeah, here's some Sealand currency.
Let's see. I don't know. No one really. No, at the moment, I don't think anyone lives there.
Oh, somebody's got to live there.
I'm sure one person lives there to keep up the principality, but I'm not 100% sure what the population is at this point.
It's an old oil platform.
Yeah.
Is it recognized by any countries?
No, it's not. I'm looking here and it doesn't say that it is. So, yeah. What am I looking for? The Prince of Sealand is Michael Bates, who is the son. Because the father passed away in October of 2012. Michael lives in Suffolk, where he and his sons run a family fishing business called Fruits of the Sea. So he doesn't live at the Principality of Sealand.
Yeah, he lives in Great Britain.
Yeah.
It's right off the coast of the Free of Britain, Scotland.
Yes.
That area. UK. So what do they go back like every month?
I'm sure they go back every month or two.
Say, hey, this is up. I mean, isn't it written the rules? Someone has to step on. Does someone always have to be in Sealand?
I'm not sure. I'll look that up, but I would guess if you want to,
If it was invaded, do you think they'd have a problem?
yeah, it would be very easily invaded. There's no one to protect it. If someone wanted to invade it, but
Well, who's
I don't
protecting
know.
it? England?
it's in international waters,
So it's
so anyone can protect it. I
anybody
guess.
can go there.
Yeah, anyone
North
can go
Korea
there.
can go there and plant their flag. China can go there.
Yeah, it's in international waters. There's nothing to stop anybody.
It's almost like we're talking fiction here. It really is.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, you did mention you were going to talk about that, so.
Yep. So it's fun. It's fun to talk about. They do have their own website. It's sealandgov.org. So
Have you been on the website yet?
I'm looking at the website right now. So it has history of Sealand.
The history of Sealand.
Yeah. How to become a lord or lady of Sealand. And latest news.
What's the latest news in Sealand?
Latest news. Well, let's look that up. Let's see what we have.
Platform repair on the west side of the platform. They painted the railing about a year ago. Swapped out some bulbs in 2013.
Not really much news.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No, there isn't much news.
No? Come on, just tell us the news. Just really, I'm intrigued. What kind of news is happening in the Principality of Sealand?
Well, one article says, just talks about Sealand notability ranks. So they have dukes and duchesses, counts, knights.
So you could probably be one if you paid a few bucks.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you
So
donated to
they
them.
fly out the platform. You donate.
Yeah,
They make you a knight or a duchess or a duke or something like that, and then you know, you could say I'm a duchess of Sealand, and you have a little plaque. They give you a little plaque you hang on your wall, and it only costs you $10,000 to go and do it. Sounds like a It sounds like a money making venture. For anybody who wants to anybody who's knighted, especially in England, is a it's an honor,
yes,
But
absolutely.
Not all of us are gonna get, so a lot of people just go there.
I mean, there are several people who are knighted in England.
Right, but I mean that's a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
That's a big deal.
People like
But-
Elton John,
Yeah.
Paul
Paul McCartney.
McCartney,
Yeah.
and there's many others.
Right, but it's just and everyone else who isn't, philosophers and scientists and poets and everything like that.
Yeah.
But it seems like if you want to if you have a few bucks in your pocket, you want to fly and go over there, you can be knighted.
Yeah.
Is there a price range there? Is there prices?
No, it just says donations.
Well, donations? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
donations.
Yeah.
So whatever you want to donate.
Yeah, right. Start at $10,000.
Yeah, you can donate $10 or you can donate $1 million. It
Okay.
just depends on how much you want to donate.
Yeah. Okay.
They have a whole bunch of different things on the website.
It seems like it's got like a theme park thing to it.
Yeah, they have a whole bunch of stuff on the website.
Oh. Okay.
It's pretty interesting.
I don't think we're ever gonna get that time back in my life. But whatever.
It's a pretty interesting website,
Yeah, sure.
and it's a pretty interesting principality.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, yesterday was 78 years since the attack on Pearl Harbor, and today, in history, December 8th, 1941, Franklin D. Roosevelt makes a speech and declares December 7th to be a date which will live in infamy, after which the U.S. declares war on Japan. So this is the day we declared war on Japan and went to war with that country along with Germany.
Well, Germany They declared war on us later on.
Yeah.
Which-
And also we went to war with Italy at the time as well.
Well, they were part of the.
They were part of the
German Axis.
the German Axis.
Yeah, so-
Yes.
yeah.
So that was the day we went to war. December 8th, 1941. 78 years ago today. So I just wanted to mention that. So, how's your week been?
Not really. Not too good. A little under the weather all week.
Yeah.
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 So, just trying to railing back from it.
It seems like it's nice and sunny outside, but when you step outside,
Oh, it's cold out there.
when you step outside, you don't realize it's 11 degrees until you step outside.
Yeah, 11 is 11.
Yeah, it's
11.
very, very cold outside right now.
It's supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow with a little rain. And then I might be close to high 50s on Tuesday.
Tuesday it's supposed to be 61.
61?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
take care of all the snow. Be good, maybe get rid of all this ice. It's been,
Yeah.
Especially where I work, there's been one guy went down, slipped on the ice. He's down. And who knows how long he's going to be out. He was getting into his van and he slipped. So the ice is tough, especially on the older people. Just walking is hard. And it's been cold, so this weather, this 50-degree weather will help get rid of all this ice and maybe dry everything up, get rid of all the snow.
The thing about the winter, and when you get a warm day during the late fall, early winter, you tend to get rain. And every single time that we have upper 50s, so Monday, Tuesday, and then Saturday and next Sunday, those days will be rainy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you hope it dries out enough where it doesn't turn into ice when it gets cold again.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But hopefully we'll get rid of all the snow.
Tuesday's going to have the most drastic temperature change from the high to the low.
There might be the people who got the jackpot on the snow. We really didn't get much down here, so it should melt all right.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's people out in the Berkshires and Worcester 495 and up in the Hampshire area around. They got a lot of snow, so they got to be dealing with a little flooding. So they got to be vigilant about that.
So as we mentioned earlier, Taunton, the Taunton Parade,
Is today
is today. Yes.
in December.
Yep, December the 8th. Here.
December the 8th.
And
You know what? It's funny too. We were talking a couple weeks ago about how I thought Christmas parades should be in December, at least in the calendar.
yeah.
And I got something on Facebook from a friend of mine, and he said that, and it was a good point. He made a good point. He said that it's too cold for people for marches. But what's a week? What's 1 week What's 1 week?
Yeah.
I was looking at it and I was like, okay, I'm looking at the post. I was like, okay, I guess he has a point, but then again, he doesn't have a point because what's 1 week gonna do as far as the temperature?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's gonna be cold today.
it was cold. It was cold. It could have been cold last Sunday too. It could have been
But
just as cold.
Today would be a much better day to do a parade than next Saturday and Sunday, where it's going to be rainy.
A lot of people go away. A lot of people are out of town.
Yes.
Like a lot of people, like in the Taunton, Middleboro area, either they stay home or they go to their families. Maybe them, maybe their mothers or fathers live down in Florida, Arizona, so they go and visit them. So they're not back to see a parade on Sunday.
Yeah.
A week later, everyone's back. It's just a normal weekend. I bet the turnout of this parade is one of the most successful parades around. That's probably why I got a funny feeling it's probably one of the most successful parades. Is the Taunton one. Because it's not the weekend of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's not conflicting with scheduling matters.
Yeah.
What if we went to visit your grandmother down in Florida for Thanksgiving last weekend? How are we gonna see the parade? We're not gonna.
Nah, not gonna.
Too much going on in 1 week. Thanksgiving's Thursday and Christmas is on Sunday. A week later is perfect recipe. That's why I think it's going to be a success, and I think they've always had it in December.
Yeah.
As far as I remember. As far as I was
I know
heard, told.
last year they did. They had it in December.
Yeah, I think they
so-
always have it in December. They make a conscious effort to have it a week after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
They don't mix Thanksgiving. I never understood that, mixing Thanksgiving with Christmas. It's just, you could try to get it all out of the way in one weekend. It's just too much. It's overload, I think.
Yeah.
Here, City of Taunton, 1 week later, everyone's in the Christmas spirit. Everyone just digested Thanksgiving. It's got a week past. It's cold out, but it's Christmas. What do you want?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my rant.
Yeah. So we have that going on in Taunton. In Middleboro, I talked about earlier, we have the Festival of Lights.
Did that start? I think that started last night, right?
No, I don't know. I don't think it did.
I saw the. Yeah, I think it did.
It did?
Yeah, because I saw the sign up
Okay.
and the traffic pattern to get into the Festival of Lights. A couple ways you can get in. You can go up Thompson Street to Precinct Street, and go in that way. And there are illuminated signs to get you there, or come in from the Summer Street side, but they're not letting you go in the 44 side because it just blocks traffic way too much. They got to keep that intersection open so that you're going in from the back part. So I'm sure you go on their website, they'll let you know exactly, and there's plenty of signage. And people don't know Middleboro. Thompson Street's Route 105 heading towards Halifax, and then Precinct Street's up on the left, about maybe a mile or so on the left. But I'm sure there'll be signs, and it's not bad getting in and out. It's 10 minutes if that. Even if there's a little traffic, a little wait, you're only gonna be waiting in there about 10 minutes. It's definitely a thing to see. The lights are just so beautiful. And if you drive down 44, anybody drives down 44 at that time, you'll see all the lights.
So, talking about traffic patterns, the Taunton Parade today is going to go right by the station. So that will mean Broadway will be closed for a certain amount of time
Yes.
between the parade, so 12 to 2 or 3, somewhere around there. And that will mean Broadway will be closed, and I believe that will mean the center, the green, may be closed
Yes.
as well. So,
Yes.
so traffic will be diverted a little bit. So, if you're trying to get somewhere during the afternoon, leave a little bit earlier to get there before the parade and everything else starts. Before the roads closed, before some of the roads closed.
And plus all the traffic coming in. It's going to be really busy leading up, maybe from 10:30 to 12. People driving up and down, looking for spots. There's going to be a lot of pedestrians walking around. So anybody who's driving around the Taunton area where the parade route is, just be careful because there's everyone's around. There's kids running around. There's all sorts of people, and it's icy too, so people are going to be more out on the road more because some of the sidewalks aren't totally cleared out. There's a lot of ice still, so people are going to be trying to navigate walking around the ice too, so they might be walking out on the road a little bit more than they normally would if everything was cleared up. So just try to keep that in mind. There's going to be a lot of kids running around, and just if you even in this area, bring some patience. And that's it. It's a parade. Everyone wants to have a good time. No one wants to get hurt. So just be patient and just be vigilant. Just keep an eye on everybody because there's going to be a lot of people getting their sidelines, their seats, and everything.
Yeah, that's extremely important.
Yeah.
To be careful while you're driving down here during 10:30, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, just be careful. There's a lot of children running around. And there's a lot of ice, so people are going to be trying to navigate walking on the ice too. And then people are walking on the ice too. if you're listening, just try to just be careful. Take your time, don't slip. And hopefully that all ice disappears the next couple of days, and we won't have to ever see it again.
So, we have a little sports segment here. I talked about the Middleboro, the Massachusetts Super Bowls.
They played every game.
Yes, every game's been played. Yes.
Yes, because the season's technically over yesterday.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, the season is
So
over.
there's 8 teams. There's 8 teams winning.
Yes, there's been several Super Bowls that have taken place. I listed all the scores earlier today, and we're going to switch gears to some of the pro teams because the Bruins had a game last night. They didn't do so well. They lost 4-1. It's their first regulation loss in quite a while. They've only had 4 regulation losses this season. They're 24-6, which is a really good record. They did lose to Colorado, so this is the second time this year that they have lost to Colorado. So it seems like Colorado is a very big team that Boston has to try to figure out a way to beat, and they haven't figured it out just yet. Colorado had a great game, 4 goals, and they were just all around better than Boston. The Celtics, they have a game tomorrow night against the Cavaliers. It's going to be an interesting game. Cavaliers haven't been as good as they used to be due to losing a lot of players. They lost Kyrie Irving.
Is LeBron still with Cavaliers?
LeBron, no, he left. He left the Cavaliers. He signed with the Lakers. So the Cavaliers have lost a lot of good players. They've lost Kyrie Irving. They've lost LeBron James. They've lost several other players who have been very important to their success, and they're kind of in a rebuilding process. The Celtics are on a great streak right now, and they're going to keep on going here. I think they will win tomorrow night, and then they will win on Wednesday against the Pacers. So they're on a good track right now. And finally, the last big game of the week is going to be today, 4:25 p.m., and that will be the Chiefs versus the Patriots. Big game tonight. Tonight, basically, 4:25, because it'll almost be sunset. A lot of big players on both sides, and it's going to be interesting to see how Tom Brady plays, and it's going to be interesting to see how Patrick Mahomes plays as well. The Chiefs are 8-4, and the Patriots are 10-2. Other interesting games of note: the Colts versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Colts are looking to go 7-6 by beating Tampa Bay. Another big game, probably the biggest game of the week, in my opinion, is San Fran, the 49ers, versus the New Orleans Saints. They're both 10-2. I think this is going to be the game of the week. Both teams are really good, and it's going to be a very, very close game. That will definitely be the game of the week for me. The Vikings, who are 8-4, face off against the Detroit Lions, who are eliminated from the playoffs. They are officially eliminated. I checked a couple days ago, and they have officially been eliminated from the playoffs. The Broncos have to face the Houston Texans. I think Houston will win that one. Another team who's out, Washington, faces off against Green Bay. Green Bay's 9-3, looking to win their 10th game of the season. And finally, the biggest game, the most important game for a team that's on the edge right now, or in the playoffs and on the edge of either making the playoffs or not making the playoffs, is the Oakland Raiders versus the Tennessee Titans. Oakland needs a win today. They need to go 7-6 today. They really need a win in order to get closer to the playoffs at this point. Right now they're struggling at 6-6. Hopefully they pick up a win today. There's some other teams on here that I am disappointed in with their record. Dallas, they lost to Chicago on Thursday. I've been very disappointed of Dallas this year. Also, the Eagles as well have been disappointed. So, that's what's going on in the NFL today. So, it's 7:48 a.m. here on December the 8th, 2019. You're listening to Middleboro in Review on WVBF 1530 a.m. And we're going to take a quick break
At 99.
and 99.7 FM. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be...
And 99.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break.
And at 99.7 FM.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on WVBF. All right. We're going to...
Have a swap Odgers.
Okay, we're going to do Today in History after we come back.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WVBF, the Sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WVBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate
in today's show,
in
huh?
many motorcycle-related charity events each year.
No.
And as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities.
Did I
To
play
learn
Spark
more
Street?
about the Combat
forget
Veteran
about
that.
Motorcycle Association
I'm gonna play
and
it
how
now.
Forget
you
about
can
one
join
share
or support,
back in.
Yes.
please visit cvma.org.
No, I talked about it once already, so we're going to talk about it again.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495. TJ Driscoll Construction is based in Wareham, Massachusetts, serving the South Shore area and Cape Cod for 30 years. They specialize in septic repair and landscaping. Call TJ Driscoll Construction at 508-735-7966. Septic repair, new septic systems, retaining walls, foundations, and excavation. Lawn installations, tree and shrub installations. TJ Driscoll Construction. Again, the number is 508-735-7966. Call them today. You will not be disappointed.
And welcome back to Middleboro in Review here on WVBF 1530, 99.7 FM. And let's talk about Williams Trading Post. It's December the 8th here.
Time to get
again.
your Christmas tree.
And it's time to get your Christmas trees.
At Williams Trading Post.
Yes.
And anything else you might need as far as wreaths and any kind of other Christmas and antiques.
Christmas antiques for presents for your family.
And just to doll up the house, too.
Absolutely.
They have such great old I've seen some. It's just a treat walking around the yard and stuff because they got stuff like from old bicycles from the 1940s, and just stuff like that just decorates it. And I'm sure you could probably buy it if it's an antique. They'll probably sell it there, but you get any theme you want as far as how you want your house to look like for this Christmas. And sometimes old, even an old lunchbox, I guess. A partridge-friendly lunchbox. No, maybe they don't have that. I'm just saying. But they've been around 70 years, and but if you need a Christmas tree, that's the place to go.
All right, so let's do Today in History here.
Back to the Partridge Family lunchbox, okay? Before we do that, they said a Partridge Family lunchbox, mint, is worth a lot of money with a thermos. So you got the Partridge Family lunchbox, not dented, with the thermos. I swear to God, go online. I bet a mint Partridge Family lunchbox goes for about $300.
Okay. Take your word for it.
Yeah, no, go check it out. Check it out.
I will.
All right.
After the show. I'll
Okay.
take your word for it.
All right.
All right. Today in history.
Now that's the double side, not just the one side. Because when they made the lunchboxes, they just put it on the one side. But you talk about the double side, and with the pictures on the top and the bottom. Now that's a complete lunchbox. They made those like in the early 70s. And then they started making them cheaper, where they only had like a sticker or a picture on one side. It wasn't a complete, and they didn't have the thermos.
All right. So, on this day in 1980, former Beatle John Lennon was murdered by Mark David Chapman in front of the Dakota in New York City. And on this day in 2013, Metallica performs a show in Antarctica, making them the first band to perform on all 7 continents. It's pretty impressive.
All 7, huh?
All 7 continents. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
First band to ever do it, Metallica.
Where'd they play? At some research station somewhere?
It was maybe, I think it was a venue. It was an actual venue.
Or did they play for the scientists?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I think people did fly out to go see this show.
Okay.
And it was also put out on DVD as well. So
wow.
it was a DVD. It was filmed. So
It probably wasn't a moneymaker. It's probably more logistics than anything.
the DVD probably made a lot of money.
Yeah. No, you probably
And
would.
they will always be known in history as the first band to ever play in all 7 continents.
Okay, yeah.
I am not sure if any other band has done it since then. I don't know, but Metallica will be forever the first band to ever do it. So birthdays on this day: Jim Morrison, American singer, songwriter, and poet. He would have been 76 today. He would have been 76 years old. 1962, Marty Friedman, American-Japanese guitarist, songwriter, and television host. He's hosted several television shows in Japan. And in 1981, Philip Rivers, American football player, quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers. A very, very good football team. The Chargers have always been, for the past couple of years, have always been pretty good. Almost a playoff team. right on the cusp of that, and he's been a very good quarterback over the past couple of years. Phillip Rivers. And we have one death. In 2016, John Glenn, American astronaut and senator, first American to go into orbit.
He was a senator, U.S. Senator for Ohio for years. That guy was a true American hero. He was the man, John Glenn. Actually, if anybody hasn't seen the movie The Right Stuff about the space program in the early '60s, or you haven't seen it in a while, do yourself a favor, get it. You know, go on Netflix or whatever.
Or YouTube and get it, yeah.
Buy it, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. It's worth it to watch again. It's just, that was the best movie. And there's been other movies too. And there's a recent one that came out not too long ago. We actually saw it. But it's not. It's 2 years ago we saw it, and I can't really remember this movie, so it wasn't. But everyone remembers The Right Stuff, that movie from the '80s. It was a total. It's just the best movie about that, about the early space program in the '60s.
Yeah. So, we have a minute left here on Middleboro in Review on December the 8th. Next week will be the 15th of December. We're closing in on the end of 2019 and the end of the decade here. The first program in 2020 will be January the 5th, 2020. And, yeah.
2020.
2020 is coming up. So, that's coming up in a couple of weeks now. About 3 weeks. Christmas is coming up very, very quickly as well. That is 17 days away now. Christmas.
It's on a Wednesday, right?
It's on a Wednesday, yes.
Yeah, middle of the week.
New Year's Day is on a Wednesday. So, yeah.
It's not going to be much done that week.
No.
No, I mean, when they have Christmas in the middle of the week, usually Monday is normally
The last day.
People do anything, but, usually the Tuesday, Christmas Eve. Oh.
Wednesday, and then the day after.
Yeah.
Which is designated as Boxing Day.
A lot of people take that week off.
Yeah.
I'm in the heating oil business, so I can't. I don't think that's not a time for me. I'll have 4th of July off, definitely, but not Christmas.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us today. We have run out of time for the December the 8th edition of Middleboro in Review. Join us next week for the December the 15th edition of Middleboro in Review. Have a great week, everybody. Awesome. Good stuff. Awesome.
Lackluster show. I'm gonna try to have something to eat. I didn't eat last night. I had a sub, and I thought I was gonna throw it up.
See you, everybody.